Infusing your unsponsored event with cash. In the previous video module, Sponsorship and Sponsor Fulfillment, we discussed how to qualify, acquire, and fulfill cash and in-kind sponsors. In this segment, we'll look at ways you can bring cash resources to your event if you don't have sponsorship, or even if you do and just need additional resources. Most of the events you are likely to plan during your career as an event planner aren't going to be designed to make money necessarily, but you may need to offset your event costs by bringing in revenues during the event. Following are a few tried and true methods with examples of when and where they might be implemented. Charge admittance. If your event is education, consumer, or entertainment oriented, charge admittance. For example, trade and consumer shows charge all attendees to enter the venue. You can even charge folks to attend a symposium if they will not be presenters in it. Obviously, ceremonies and social events are less likely to be admittance-based, but you can certainly charge for block parties and other large-scale social events in which the attendees aren't close personal friends or family. For the most part, any event that is not by invitation only should be analyzed for its admittance fee potential during the planning phase. Remember to calculate whether the cost of admission and resources it generates outweighs the expense of staff to sell tickets, man entrances, and handle the money. In some cases, the work involved is greater than the benefit. Sell tickets. If you are putting on any type of show or event that is open to the public, and it is not designed to be a free event because it is funded for a cause or sponsored sufficiently, sell tickets. The beauty of ticket sales is you can publicize the event and pre-sell tickets well enough in advance to determine if the event has good potential for being a success. You can also discount early sales to promote attendee-based growth. If your event is a large one, you should look into using a ticket sales service online. There are many choices and rates available, and reinventing the ticket sales wheel simply isn't cost-effective in most cases. For smaller events, you can probably handle direct sales at the venue with a small staff. Have a silent auction. Poll your attendees, vendors, presenters, and speakers for donations of saleable items. The key to the success of silent auctions is to offer items that relate to the mission of the event. For example, if you are hosting an organic gardening symposium, acquire items that are of interest and useful to gardeners. To keep operating costs for the auction to a minimum, keep the items in a secure room and open and staff it during coffee and meal breaks. On the last day, have the people with the high bid go through a line that's at that same location and pay for and pick up their silent auction items. Your item contributors will have done so simply because the event is important to them and they want to see it succeed. Sell branded products. If your event is one that connects to your attendees in any emotional way, they will want to take home mementos of it. Selling hats, t-shirts, and other products that identify your event can be very profitable. You should consult with suppliers of these items to determine what's hot, what's not, and what is the best product mix for maximizing sales. Make sure you pick items that relate to the characteristics of the event. If your attendees are women in the cosmetic industry, for example, they are less likely to buy ball caps than a group of heavy equipment salespeople. Be creative in your selection and sell items that are unique, useful, and have the right price point. At most events, this will be below $20 per item. Photographs with a celebrity. If you have VIPs at your event, ask them if they'd be willing to pose with attendees for photographs. The attendees will pay for this opportunity and receive a framed and signed photograph in return. Celebrities don't even have to be people. They can be sports cars and famous or zoo animals. Host a cash bar. If you will be hosting events that include cocktails or wine tastings, consider giving all attendees a ticket for one free drink at a cash bar. This serves two purposes. It offsets the cost of the beverage and bartenders, and it limits most people to a reasonable level of imbibing. You can also design an event signature drink that sells for more than the rest, and the buyer gets to keep the glass, which has the event brand on it. Have a raffle. This is for nonprofit charitable events only. Most states have very strict rules about gaming. Games of chance that involve money, such as raffles, are typically regulated by the state's gaming commission and not an option for for-profit companies or organizations. However, if your event is benevolent and charitable and your client is a nonprofit organization, you may be able to hold a raffle to generate cash revenues. For example, let's say your client is a nonprofit animal shelter and they want to hold a pet adoption event. To raffle off some prizes to support the cause would be appropriate. The event is part of the cause. Ask for donations. Just plain asking people to make a cash contribution is not appropriate for many events, but if your event has a compelling cause that attendees believe in, they will be willing, if not eager, to support it. Charities of any kind and programs that improve the planet, education, elder care, etc. are all good candidates for donations. Make sure you check with the state's regulations about fundraising because accepting donations may fall under their fundraising regulations and require a license to fundraise. Profit-sharing strategic alliances. You may decide to bring in an outside company to enhance the value of your event by offering their services. For example, if your event is about airplanes in flight, ask a hot air balloon rides company to sell their rides during the event with the agreement that you will split the proceeds because they are receiving great publicity and have a ready-made customer base at the event. This arrangement can be made with almost any type of service provider that has a business appropriate to be a value-added feature at your event. Hold a pledge competition. This activity is particularly suitable for events that have anything to do with health, the medical industry, or fitness industries. Ask your attendees to sign up for a 5K run, walkathon, or some other type of athletic competition and collect pledges from friends, family, and business associates. The pledge amounts go into the event budget and cover awards costs as well as general expenses. When planning your event, look at each component of it and ask yourself, is this something I could turn into a moneymaker? We hope these ideas help get your creative juices flowing when it comes time to help finance your event wish list or overcome budget shortfalls.